In the isolated village of Blackwater Fen, where the autumn fog rolled in like a thick gray blanket, the world transformed. It was not an ordinary mist. It was known as the shrouding, a palpable presence that clung to crooked timber-framed houses, muting sounds and swallowing light. With its arrival, the elders would begin their hushed tales of the pale children, lost souls of children who had vanished into the treacherous marshes, lured away by willows, the wisps, or claimed by the bog itself. During the shrouding, the veil between worlds thinned, and the pale children wandered, searching for their way home or for playmates to join them. 17-year-old Lena had heard these stories all her life, dismissing them as mere superstition. She was practical, longing to escape the decay and shadows of Blackwater Fen for a brighter future in university. But this autumn felt different. The fog was thick and cold, carrying an unfamiliar scent of rotting lilies that clung to her senses, igniting a sense of foreboding. The first sign of trouble came in the form of small, muddy footprints leading from the fen to her family's back door, vanishing as abruptly as they had appeared. Her father, a stoic man, grimaced upon seeing them, scrubbing the steps clean with a grim determination that spoke of unspoken fears. Then came the laughter, children's laughter, echoing in the night air, faint yet haunting. It was not the usual sounds of the marsh, but a hollow, eerie sound that pricked at Lena's skin. Her young brother Finn woke screaming, terrified of a pale boy beckoning him from the shadows. The village fell into a deep, collective dread. Windows shuttered before dusk, iron nails hammered into door frames, and protective herbs hung over thresholds as whispers of the pale children spread. Skepticism gnawed at Lena's resolve as she sought out Old Man Hemlock, the village's keeper of ancient lore. In his tumble-down cottage on the fen's edge, he stirred a pot of pungent herbs, his voice gravelly as he warned her. The fen remembers. It hungers. The children it takes don't just vanish. They leave behind echoes. When he fixed his milky eyes upon her, Lena felt the weight of his words. It seeks a particular light, a bright spirit. Your brother Finn has much potential. He is the fen's feast. A cold knot tightened in Lena's stomach. That night, as she stood by Finn's bedside, the fog pressed against the window, as if alive. She gasped at the sight of a phosphorescent figure outside, a boy with skin like old bone and hollow eyes, tapping softly at the glass. In a heartbeat of instinct, she flung open the window, brandishing an iron poker, shouting, "Get away from him!" The pale child only smiled wider, its presence sending a chill through her as it dissolved back into the fog. The next day, Finn appeared listless, his skin pale and waxy, recounting dreams filled with sun-drenched fields and a new friend. Lena's heart raced. They were running out of time. She confronted her father, whose grief unraveled as he revealed the family's tragic past. A lost sister, a haunting legacy of the fen that had taken too much from them. That night, the shrouding reached a terrifying peak. The laughter of the pale children surrounded them, and Finn lay in a deep, unnatural sleep. Lena realized she could not combat this threat with anger or iron. Hemlock had said the fen desired potential. It craved stories yet unwritten. In a moment of desperation, she took Finn's favorite storybook and stepped into the fog, the village a ghost town engulfed by gray. She walked to the fen's edge, where solid ground slipped into treacherous bog. The pale boy awaited her, and with steady resolve, Lena shouted, "You want a story? Take mine." She opened the book and began to weave her dreams, university life, love, adventure, creating a vibrant, luminous future that would stand against the fen's encroaching darkness. The fog twisted violently. The pale children stirred, their hollow eyes drawn to her words. As she poured her potential into the night, she felt her own dreams flicker and fade, the life she hoped for slipping away in exchange for her brother's safety. Just then, her father appeared, gripping her shoulder, offering his own humble future, his love for family, and quiet evenings by the fire. One by one, villagers emerged, compelled by the power of Lena's sacrifice, each offering their own whispers of future dreams. Together, they created a chorus of life that clashed against the oppressive silence of the fen. The pale children recoiled, their forms wavering until they dissolved into the fog, which began to lift, taking with it the rotten scent that had lingered for too long. The next morning, Finn awoke, healthy and ravenous, with no memory of his pale friend. Life in Blackwater Fen returned to normal, but Lena was changed. The desperate need to escape faded, her future now rooted in the very soil she had once despised. Though she took over the village store from her father, there remained a lingering pang, a ghost of a dream left behind. At times, on the clearest nights, when the wind blew from the fen, she felt the weight of what she had sacrificed. A part of her was still out there, offering a promise to keep the pale children at bay. She had won, but the fen, in its way, had claimed a piece of her soul, leaving behind the quiet, enduring weight of the past.